Hi, I'm Boom Gonzales and welcome to School Spirit. Now today we're staying cool, calm, and collected, just like our guest, who's known as one of the Blue Eagles' most clutch players ever. Join us as we look back on his legendary moments in the UAAP. Now, even before he was a 7-time PBA champ and a Gila stalwart, Larry Fonacier has been a dependable two-way player, always delivering for Ateneo whenever his number was called. Now, his game was neither flashy nor dominant, but the babyface assassin always came through when it mattered most.
And as time expired, there goes the second block by Larry Fonacier.
Larry Fonacier was an important piece in Ateneo basketball's return to prominence. And no, he wasn't about the limelight at all. He did things for the love of the game and his team. Let's listen to the man himself as he takes us through the Blue Eagles' journey back to the mountaintop here on Glory Days. Larry, you were a decorated player in high school and then coming into Ateneo to study and play college ball. Was it anything like you had expected?
I think it's an eye-opener for me. Basketball has always been a game of fun. I never really understood what pressure was till I got into college. I never had meetings before with Boss MVP and big-time alumni backers, and then coaches meetings after games, after losses, and just all the hype surrounding our team. All of a sudden, this huge pressure of finally delivering a championship after 1988, 89. Ang bigat, no? I really didn't know how to handle the responsibilities, the hype, and the fame that would go with it, no? So parang personally, I didn't feel that I was that prepared to handle all these things all of a sudden coming into college. So it was difficult for a kid like me.
Now, you mentioned that first year brought you a ton of pressure, but can you kind of encapsulate, Larry, for us what was that freshman year like for you, especially figuring out your role in the team?
It was a little hard. I mean, coming from high school, I did so many roles, and then in college it wasn't really clear to me. I mean, Coach Joe wanted me to shoot a lot of three-pointers, but then he also wanted us to be complete players. Siguro my understanding of that it wasn't clear to me. I mean, I wanted to be a complete player. I wanted to do so many things, but I kind of did not specialize in anything. Unlike here in the PBA, where when you become a specialist in something, then you can be a master at your craft and really make that your calling card. I was just trying to help the team. I wasn't concerned with stats, and I just wanted to be a complete player for whatever the team needed me to do.
It's really when you're behind the scenes, no? When you can really tell what's going on. Okay, so the first year was tough on you. When did you finally find your identity within the team? When did you think na parang I'm settling in na?
Yeah, definitely third year, 2002, under Coach Joel. I remember during that season, I wasn't proud of it. There was a game after we lost to UP in Makati Coliseum. Then I was frustrated. I felt that I was playing well enough to end the game, and then Coach Joel, I think, did not use me end game. And then his son Juan sit beside me on the bench, and I just vented my frustration to him. I just told him right there, you know what, sabihin mo sa tatay mo, pag gusto niyang manalo ng game, huwag niya akong ilalabas. So, I don't know where that came from. Hindi ko naman gustong, of course, ang proud nung dating, ang yabang nung pagkasabi ko. But then parang, I really felt like I was really understanding my role already in the team. And I was confident enough to tell him that, Coach, you're gonna need me here in the game. I understand your system. I understand how to play with the guys here. I can make them better. I know my role finally after 3 years. And I need to be there finishing games for you. And after that, my playing time increased, and I think I ended all the games after that.
Now, Larry, I know that you're very much aware with the type of person and player that you are. So, my question is, where do you attribute that sudden burst of confidence that you have? Lalo na yung time na sinabi mong, huwag niya akong ilalabas.
I struggle with confidence a lot. So my coach is telling you that I was very confident. No, that's not true. I struggle with a lot of inferiority complex. And some of my teammates know that. Marco Benitez knows that. I opened up to him about that, and he couldn't believe it. But that's really been something that I battled before. And I just felt that, obviously I'm not athletic, and my skills aren't really like Kiefer or other guys. But it's a struggle then internally for me, trying to get better but not being able to do many things. But where did that confidence come from? I guess it's about when you know what to do, when you understand what you do. Similar to school, probably. Like I I failed a lot of my classes. I was borderline D's and a lot of F's. But when when I get to a subject I really like, there's just something just clicks, and when I enjoy doing it, I finally get to understand it. The confidence comes flows naturally, and I just felt that with Coach Joel. I actually made a thesis about him. It's one of my favorite coaches actually. He's the coach who really taught me to grow up, treated me maturely, and taught me about consequences, even outside the court. Taught me to make decisions on my own, and really told me the truth, even when it hurt. I really looked up to him, and just the way he brought his style to our team just accelerated our growth process and maturity. So I was really happy, and I was really confident playing under him. Yeah, ultra competitiveness. Looking back, I think siguro it could have been healthier na. Maybe rein it a little bit. Siguro there's also frustration then that comes with being ultra competitive, that you want to win so bad, and there's this Ateneo pride that's been instilled with all of us na it's kind of embarrassing to lose to others, and it's just, for me, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. I'd rather enjoy the game and build relationships, make friends, and make sure that your relationships inside the court and outside the court are intact. Win or lose.
Let me ask you, Larry, how were you able to zone out, that noise and the distractions of the crowds in the UAP?
I have to block it out, boom. I cannot afford to get distracted by taunts, by the crowd, by the referees or whoever, because my skills were not enough, like to play around with the crowd, and to do other things. I tried to do that before. I tried to like talk to other players, kind of be nice or sometimes trash talk, but I just noticed that my game would just suffer. So no, it's not for me. It's not for me. So I really needed to control what went inside my mind.
Okay, Larry, when somebody comes up to you and then says the words glory days, what do you think of? Is it just about the championship, or is there something deeper when they talk about your glory days in college?
I think, boom, when you say glory days, parang what really went into my mind is not just a basketball game, not a moment, not a trophy. It's really my entire life in college. What went inside was just words like youth, faith, hope, passion, pressure, love, relationships, joy, success, pride, failure, heartbreak, broken promises, second chances, being naive, business, trust, humility, gratitude, forgiveness, and Christ. I don't know. It was a great question, but then yun lang talaga. Those are the things, I can't explain it in one game, one moment. It's all those things talaga. Pag glory days, it includes all those things I mentioned. It's not just my team. It's not just my opponent or a moment. It's all these people around me who made it possible. Basta, it's a whole wave of emotions and experiences when you talk about glory days. I can't stop looking back at college, obviously. I mean, so many things that happened that are still significant today, and learning from them, and beautiful memories, learning memories, painful memories, like pieces of the puzzle that help me understand who I am today, who my wife is today, and who my children are. It's always part of my conversation, especially these days when you guys put up all these videos again in these channels. So great move from you guys.
Okay, you mentioned that suffering an ACL injury was the best thing that happened in your UAAP career. That's a strange thing to say, but why do you say that?
When someone has that kind of success, and when someone has difficulty handling that kind of responsibility role, and whatever is given all of a sudden, kind of like pride blinds you of many things, many important things that I never saw before that was already harming me and a lot of the people around me. Big picture is if that event didn't happen in my life, I think worse things would have happened to me and to the people I love. It's not easy. I'm just letting you know how it is to be an athlete with all the attention on him and his team, and it's not easy. Not easy handling thing, award and responsibilities. So for me, that ACL injury was a wake-up call for me in so many ways. I wouldn't have learned many life lessons if that didn't happen to me.
Okay, let's move to your collection naman of clutch plays. Ano? What clutch play do you think of when you talk about your college life?
Oh, definitely meeting my best friend and my future wife. That's the most clutch play. No, I mean, boom, looking back at it lang, if I knew the things that I knew right now, um, in hindsight, a lot of people would say na, like, in the PBA, I've had the greatest success in PBA just being a family man and just focusing on my wife and children. And a lot of people thought that, hey, that's going to be detrimental to your career, you'll be tired and everything. And, but on the contrary, if I knew what I know now back then, probably would have married my wife, my best friend back then, early. Just settle down, simplify all things. If I was just gonna be an athlete anyway, I'm gonna go to the PBA, what was I gonna do? I would just, focus on my game, right? Focus on my family. Seriously, I say that with all my heart na my PBA career, my whole basketball career, when it was simplified, when I knew exactly what to do, when I could focus my time on the most important things in my life, then I was most successful.
Okay, Larry, let's talk basketball naman. Ha? Sige, you've been interviewed a lot about your iconic defensive play against Mac Cardona before. But is there still something that we don't know about that play? Like something that contributed to how that whole sequence played out?
I think there was a build-up already in the first round when LaSalle beat us. And then, end of the game, I was inbounding the ball in the sideline. We were about to lose na. Then, Mac told me something lang na, pre, galingan nyo naman para magkita tayo sa finals, para masaya lahat ng tao. So, he said that. And then for me, I don't know, it just stuck to me. I guess subconsciously, I used it as fuel, I guess. Obviously, I didn't know if we were gonna face them in the finals again, but those words stuck, and I just realized na, hey, we suck. We gotta do a better job with this. And fortunately, we didn't give up when we were already at 4 or 5. We somehow hung on, and we just knew how to play together, and our confidence just built up. And leading to that moment, I just felt that when he got the ball, I didn't even remember that first round message he told me. It's just like, for me, okay, this is the moment of truth for him, for me. I knew he was gonna take this shot. You could just see it, and he would really. I know he's the type of player who really wanted the big shot, and I said to myself, all right, don't expect any help. This is your moment. It's either fight or flight. Just credit to Coach Joel for preparing me defensively. Just preparing me for that moment. The footwork needed to keep in pace with him, to contain him. I guess that was what he got from Alaska, also from Coach Tim. That kind of defense where you contain your man and just back up. It's called Pistons drill. And I'm just glad that Coach Joel brought it when he came to Ateneo. There, credit to him, and credit to my teammates also for helping me out with that.
We're pretty sure that, like us, you never forget that defensive play. No, it's always in your head, replaying and replaying. Now, what we'd like to know is if you have an off-court memory naman that you still remember like it was yesterday, it was still vivid.
This goes back in high school, right? So Coach Sandy is really a die-hard coach, and he's so high on school spirit. I remember they had a game in Araneta, they were playing LaSalle, and then they lost, and it was an alma mater song. So we were his high school players. I just noticed Coach Sandy was in a bad mood, obviously. They lost. I knew he was checking on us whether we were doing the alma mater song, and my teammate Baji Del Rosario told me, tara na, sa tayo, baka matraffic pa eh. So we left. True enough, the next day in practice, Coach Sandy gets so mad at us that he makes us run and he reprimands us, and I said, what's wrong with this guy? Why? Ang ano naman ito, parang kayo natalo eh, hindi naman kami. Bakit umubuhos sa amin? Now, fast forward to 2003, okay, we lose against FEU. They murder us. Okay, so me and Paulo Bugia are frustrated. We go back to our rooms. And we're talking about the game. Enrico Villanueva comes in. And obviously, there's a bond in 2002. He's our big brother and he talks about the game. Dapat ganito, bakit nangyari yan? Ba't pinasok ganito, ganyan. And so and it's evident that me and Boogs were not hanging out with the team and the other teammates. I guess they expected us to lose together and just, talk together with each other. And, for me and Boogs, we processed it differently. We went back to the room and Enrico went back. Here comes Coach Sandy knocking on the door. He calls out, Boogs, Larry, oy, yung ginagawa niyo dyan, ganyan, bakit, I don't remember the whole words, but, and then so, Enrico goes to another room, okay, so he hides for a while. And Coach Sandy comes in, frustrated, oy, ba't di kayo ganyan? And then he mentions, bakit sumasama pa kayo kay Enrico, ganyan, bakit mas kinakausap niyo pa si Enrico, hindi lang yung mga ibang teammates, ganyan, bakit ano pa, alam niyo yun, baka nakaka-distract pa yan si Enrico. Hindi pa tapos si Coach Sandy magsalita and Enrico comes storming out of the door and he goes to Sandy like, ako ba pinag-uusapan mo? Ha? Ako ba pinag-uusapan mo? Enrico was about to murder Coach Sandy. And Coach Sandy, hindi ko lang pinanindigan na lang niya. Hindi na siya nagpaita ng takot. Sabi niya, ikaw talaga pinag-uusapan ko. Oo. I don't know. Obviously, hindi naman papalag si Coach Sandy. And Enrico, nagdidilim na yung paningin niya. Raging bull style. Half of me was laughing, half of me was scared. I don't know, parang I didn't know emotions. But it was so, I don't know. I like to say that because we're all friends. Right now, when we talk about it, we just laugh about it. Obviously, all those frustrations, emotions come out. But at the end of the day, it's just a game. When you look back at it, importante, we're still together right now. We can still joke around. And yun lang, it's all part of it. Ako personally, I wish I led the team better. I wish I knew a lot more. And I wish I was more vulnerable to my teammates, my coaches, and ayun lang, those things happen and those things are cleared up, and it's part of my Ateneo story.
Let's shift our focus naman on that finals MVP performance. Do you remember something that inspired you to play at such a high level during that time?
Actually, Boom, to be honest, no, we were so relieved to get past UE. I thought personally UE was the hardest team to beat in that season. I mean, I was afraid of facing Tubid, James Yap, Paul Artadi. And that was a death lineup right there. And I was so glad we got over them thanks to Jack. Actually, during that game, I was telling Enrico in the free throw line, pare, kinakabahan ako. And I was expecting comfort from him or encouragement. And he said, ako rin pare, kinakabahan. So I said, alright, kinakabahan na yung lahat. Gagawin natin dito. And then obviously Jack saves the day for us. It was a big relief for us. Personally, I enjoyed playing against LaSalle because you didn't have to call any plays. They were pressing, and it was just free-flowing. And, when a team presses you, it's just an open road where you can be free and do your own thing. So I was really looking forward to play against LaSalle. Kung before takot na takot kami, we didn't know what to do. Eto, parang, alright, let's do this. Parang, this is gonna be a fun game. Right? I didn't know if we were gonna beat them, but I was confident. Yun lang, just the confidence and my teammates trusting me and Wes. So yun, there's really nothing more to it na parang I wanted to get back so bad at Macmac. No, medyo clear yung mind ko nun. I didn't let the anger or frustration get into me. But I just look forward to that game confident and looking forward to enjoy that series.
Larry, balikan ko lang ulit yung defensive play na yun. Was there anything Mac actually said to you after you blocked his shot, or was it, utter chaos na and you couldn't remember anything anymore?
No, I walked away. I erased up my hands and then, yun lang, just a smile and then, wala, syempre, controlled pa rin yung emotion. Alam mo yun, parang, kasi siguro, one of the reasons siguro, Boom, na, I was really controlled. Hindi ako masyado nagpapakita ng emotion. Even after I blocked Macmac, sige, control pa rin. Ayaw mo masyado mag-celebrate kasi you don't wanna send the wrong signal to the opponent na pag nagyabang ka, may sinabi kang okay, gagamitin ng fuel for the next game, di ba? Parang, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot also pag ginawa mo yun.
Wow, Larry, I'm completely impressed with your thought process. Alam mo, naiisip mo pa yung mga ganyan. Amidst, the chaos. I think you've always been mature beyond your years, especially when it comes to basketball. Okay, but to wrap this part of the conversation, Larry, What are you most proud of in terms of your basketball career in the UAAP?
When me and my teammates did not fold nung 4 and 5 na kami. Sa totoo lang, Boom, nag-aaway-aaway na kami nun. Malapit na kami sumabog. Buti na lang di ako part of that. I wouldn't have handled it. And like I said, mas maganda laro ko pag klaro utak ko. Ako, we just played one game at a time. May optional practice kami. Kung sino gusto mag-practice, nagpakita pa rin yung mga players. And then yun, 5-5, 6-5, 7-5, 8-5. Even our friendship got stronger. Our bond got stronger as a team. Ibang klase yung feeling. Nag-click lang all of a sudden and parang ang sarap maglaro together with my teammates. Parang wow, ang sarap na nila teammate. Ang gagaling mag-basketball. Ang sarap pa rin lang kaibigan. So yun talaga, yun ang nakikita ko. More than individual awards na na-achieve ko. Hindi ko naman makukuha yun kung hindi sa kanila eh.
Larry Fonacier seemed to be at his best during the biggest games against the UAAP's cream of the crop. But is the babyface assassin really impervious to pressure? Find out the answer to that and more here on Rival Schools. Okay, Larry, let's talk about the guys naman who brought out the best in you. You know, those people who got your competitive juices flowing. Who are they?
Obviously, Mac. I mean, may history kasi. May, obviously, Lasal din. I mean, automatic naman. It gets your juices flowing, your blood boiling, ganyan. Pero siguro komportable lang ako playing against him. May moves siya na, you know, kinda like predictable. Na, okay, nasasabayan ko. I know, hirap yung mga ibang players against him. Pero, for some reason, parang kaya ko siyang sabayan in terms of his movement. Unlike, obviously, James Yap na man with, what, a million moves. Yun, nakakatakot. UE talaga ang kontrapelo namin. Parang UE was our nightmare matchup. Obviously, parang I wasn't looking forward to playing against them.
So si Mac, you look forward to playing against him. But why do you say na not so much when it comes to James Yap or Ronald Tubid? Why do you say that about those two Red Warriors?
Like I told you kanina, di ba? Sabi ko siya, I'm not the most skillful guy, the most athletic guy. And obviously, pag ako pinabantay kay James, ito mo naman yung PBA MVP, UAAP MVP, nakita mo naman kung gaano ka siya karaming moves. I mean, I'm not gonna stop this guy. This guy's gonna score. I wanna slow him down lang and obviously, pag tapos ng game, say, sige, manalo kami. Obviously, pag i-focus on defense, di ba, na, you know, your stats aren't gonna be that good, ganyan. Tapos, masaswitch ka pa kay Tubid na, you know, masaktan ka. I mean, nasiko na ako nung dati sa liig ko. Di ko alam kung muntik na mabali yung liig ko. Alam mo yun, parang you gotta prepare your body physically and tapos mentally rin na, alright, baka ma-hospital ako pag kalaban ko to. Tapos, it's all part of it.
Okay, Larry, let's say, you know, a random person walks up to you and asks, ano ba tong Ateneo DLSU rivalry na to? Why does it get to that point sometimes? Why is the competition so intense between the two schools? How would you explain it?
Alam mo, Boom, sa totoo lang, I don't get it either. Kasi parang, look at the game today. How friendly they are to each other. Kaya naman pala, di ba? So, saan ang nagaling yung away-away na pride na yun? Yun na yung for me na parang nag-enjoy lang ako mag-basketball from high school. Tapos pupunta ako dito sa college. May mga meeting from alumni, from all these people telling me na, oh, you're part of this lore, you're part of this tradition, na ito nangyari dati, ito nangyari ngayon, kailangan manalo tayo dito, matalo na tayo sa lahat, huwag lang sa lasal. Ba't kailangan may away na ganyan? Bakit kailangan mainit ang dugo natin kay BJ manalo? Pinasok sa isip namin na, okay, kaaway natin to si BJ, traitor to si BJ, ganyan. BJ was just doing a business decision at that time which players are doing it right now. Di ba? Parang, when I think about it, parang, ang dami ng wrong thinking in so many ways na hindi naman dapat. People are competing, people are trying to secure their futures, they're trying to make the most out of their careers, their opportunities. Kaya siguro parang hindi rin ako nagpapadala masyado sa loob ng court. Kasi Kasi I look at it differently. Parang, I respect a lot of people from Lasal. I have so much respect for them na parang it would be so petty and immature for me to fight them parang sa loob ng court na wala naman dahilan. We're just pagalingan lang naman to. Kung mas magaling kayo sa amin, di kailangan namin pagaling and vice versa, di ba?
Okay, so that's how you feel now. But did you have the same thoughts back then?
Yeah, I did. Obviously, parang tatanong ko, bakit nangyayari to? For me, parang, you know, like I explained to you kanina, gusto ko lang naman maglaro ng basketball. Gusto ko lang naman, nandito ako, klaro utak ko. I guess that's part of my success din na, you know, nilalagay ko lang sa isip ko yung mga kailangan ko, focused, and, you know, probably I was naive with so many things back then na, you know, yes ka lang ng yes, and you don't see things in the right perspective. But, you know, you understand things clearly right now, diba? When you look back at it, and there are so many unnecessary things that happen. Hindi naman kailangan, di ba? Na sa anong pinanggagalingan, was a wrong kind of pride, personal thing, whatever, na parang binuhos lang sa mga players, and the players expected to like embrace the same kind of mentality even if we don't agree with it.
Okay, Larry, you've touched on respect. Now, from a basketball standpoint, who earned your respect and made you think na, wow, this guy, okay to, ang galing nito, especially from rival schools?
Mike and James, so much respect for players na magaling lang talaga tapos hindi kailangan maglaro ng madumi. He'll just embarrass you. He won't even trash talk you. I mean, he'll talk to you nicely rin. But alam mo yun, may intimidation factor din eh. I mean, cool cat na, you know, the head of the snake sa Lasal na wala, iba lang talaga yung skills din niya. Pang PBA na talaga siya back then eh. Diba? Parang sila ni Renren. Parang siguro silang dalawa before nung first year ko na okay, parang sobrang wide-eyed ko na parang may aura tong dalawang to na nakakatakot talaga. Ritualo, Cortez, pag prines ka na nito tapos nag-shoot na yung 3-pointers, parang okay. Yan nakakatakot na. So, sila, parang yung dalawang yun.
Okay, to wrap it up, I gotta ask you, what does school spirit mean to you as a Blue Eagle?
Lifelong family. Pero yun talaga. Parang basketball was just a beautiful vehicle for me to be a part of. The more important thing was the relationships that I have right now with my teammates, the people who helped me out, be the person I am right now, and you know, meeting the most important person in my life, you know, wife right now, and so many other people who've given me a great life right now. Yeah, that school spirit, that you know, ang ganda lang talaga na what basketball opened up for me and for my teams. And parang set up a beautiful road for life.
We want to thank Larry Fonacier for accepting the invite. It's always nice remembering those historic moments. But we're out of time. And we'll see you again next week when another UAAP legend logs in to tell his story.